All right, so we got something going here, and I don't think he knows anything about it. So, over 35 years, he gained some friends, he meet new people, and he's definitely met his fair share of people. So, what we're going to do is, Colin, what's up? Sit. Got your back, go with that. Alrighty. Wait a minute. Jeff, come have a seat. I brought this for you. Yeah. Gum? I just love chewing gum in school. In second grade, Mrs. Beals made me wear it on my nose for 2 hours because I didn't have enough for the whole class. So I'm up here to be some comic relief for what has been a very emotional day. And I have to help honor a man today. Oh, isn't that courteous? She could have stood, but she's young. By the way, this is what 59 looks like. So, you're not Mr., you're not Doctor, you're not the Maestro, you're not His Honor, His Majesty, His Royal Highness. Everyone here on this stage knows you simply as the man. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it's time to stand up and make some noise. Let's go for the man. So we have a few honored guests, a few people who want to say something. Some will laugh, some will need that extra duty size box of Kleenex for. Some you may want to run and hide. How do you do this with a gum, by the way? I can't talk and chew gum, it's just not working. So anyway, Colin and I are here today to do this. I was actually going to let Colin do the whole thing, except that we're afraid Colin might go to pieces a couple of times here tonight. So Colin, will you introduce our first special guest?
Thank you, Bob. Our first special guest here is the woman who started it all, who gave birth to this beautiful man here. Rosie Manwaring, my grandmother.
Everything I want to say, I love you, you're a good man, but you're a royal pain in my can.
You know, this is pretty classy front row here. I'm going to let every single one that may want to say something, say something. Is that all right with you? All right.
Gotta get the ants involved.
Let's start with,
There we go. Introduce yourself. My name is Stanley Fisher. Jeff is my
Brother-in-law.
It's not really my fault, okay? No, he's actually, he does a cooking job and stuff like that in summertime. He actually employed my son, and counts will get for him. And, well, he's a pretty special guy.
Colin, you don't have anything you might want to say to your dad, do you?
I might as well get comfortable for this. So, I'm not really one for speeches and all that, but here it goes. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to celebrate the life of this wonderful man, my father. God, he supported me through almost everything, and when I was doing shows here, I remember when I was doing the Canterville Ghost, and I just found out that I got the lead role, and my dad, he likes to pick on me a lot at school, and I would just came back from BOCES, and he came into the hallway, and he's like, you, get over here, because he always knew that got me, and he always liked to embarrass me in front of my peers, but I remember how proud of me he was when I got that role. And when I did shows in Morrisville, I just got done doing one a couple weeks ago, and he would show up to every night and support me. And that's something I hold near and dear to my heart. Here's the kind of man that my father is. I remember before I graduated, there was a girl, I'm not going to mention any names. Her senior year, she didn't have the money to afford her own yearbook. She was very, very devastated. And my father could see that when she was in his class. So he called him to his office, asked what's going on. She told her the whole situation, that she couldn't afford a yearbook. Out of the kindness of his heart, he decided to pay for that girl's yearbook, every penny of it. And as much as she insisted that he didn't have to do that, she did it anyway. That's the kind of man my father is. He does things for people that he doesn't really have to, but he wants to. She ran out of the office crying, and he was pretty choked up as well. I know that every Memorial Day, our great-grandmother, sorry I have to do this to you guys, she would sit in Morrisville. Every Memorial Day, she'd wait in Earlville to see him come down, right in front of the firehouse. And every time he'd march down, he'd stop by, give her a little kiss on the forehead. He was always his biggest fan. Just like a lot of these students are his biggest fans. And I know if Boompa was here, he'd be very proud of you. He'd be so proud of how far you've come. I'm proud of how far you came. Nice job, Kareem. You're just a very amazing man. You inspire me to do what I do. You inspire my brother. He married a beautiful woman, gave birth to two handsome. Thank you.
One more.
I'll be quick. I'm Cindy, I'm Jeff's sister. Are we talking about the same man? I grew up with him, we were in band together, and it's a wonderful testament of the job you've done today by all of these wonderful students and the things that they've said. And I know when I was in band and we had Mr. Jennings, he would be so proud of you to see that you've done the exact same thing that he did. And I'm proud of you. Congratulations.
Well, somebody had to bring him here, and that guy is here tonight. A very special guest. Is Dave Deneen somewhere around here? Come on up. You're the next contestant. I could say testifier.
My name is David Deneen, and I ended up in Hamilton, New York, as superintendent for 5 years. Went on to United Bosse's as deputy superintendent, and had quite a great active industrial individual program. But anyway, I'm thinking of you, and I gave you your first chance, 1984, superintendent of schools in Hamilton. I always got individuals to give them a shot and see how things are working. And Jeff came aboard, and he was the first person to come in. And I always had this instinct that I didn't have to really plow somebody under or something. I'd like to see somebody come forth. And he was 5th out of 8th person that I interviewed that year. And I thought, that's it. But I went through the rest of the programs. We've had a long life together. We've had a lot of life. I respect you tremendously, what you have done in music. And you took Hamilton, really made something out of them. My daughter was a clarinet person who used to go to a couple parades up on Route 20 every year. And then you got on to APW, you went on to Glasgow, and you came back to Sherburne-Earlville. And I was always proud, and every year I would stand there and watch his band come around the corner in Hamilton, New York, and go down the street, and boy, they played well. They were absolutely cream of the crop. Jeff, I've watched you all these years, I've seen you, and I'm very, very pleased to see everybody that's here today. You deserve it. I always think in terms of starting 5s or starting 9s, starting 5 in basketball, starting 9 in baseball. You would be one of my starters in the 5th or 9th bunch of guys. I really appreciate you. We had fun when we started. I was young. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to be 81. I'm not in schoolwork anymore. I gave it up after 40 years, or maybe they gave me up. I don't know. You really represent a lot of people. And a lot of people really know you and think of you. We've had lots of talks back and forth, and I think you've done one magnificent job. Thank you.
All right, so we have one more here, and she's a very special woman. You all know her as Snogs, probably. So we're going to bring Stacy Snogs up here to speak real quick about her best friend here. He's in trouble now. Keep it clean.
Hello, Jeffrey. Ryan. I'm with Mom, you're a royal pain in my rear. And you know that. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Stacy Snoggles, and I'm one of the middle school counselors here. So I have worked with Jeff. I started just before Jeff, so I've been here for his entire tenure. And over the last few years, I don't know, maybe 5 years, I have helped out with marching band. And I like to refer to myself as the nagging marching band wife. Jeff, when are you gonna get the cymbals fixed? Jeff, when are you gonna post the reminder on Facebook? Why eating so much chocolate, Jeff? And on and on and on. And like a good husband, Jeff just ignores me and doesn't do anything that I tell him to do. So we have known each other for a long time. We watched each other's kids grow up, which has been wonderful. And we're very good friends. And we've had a lot of fun out on the road with these people right here. But I just wanted to say to you, I'm going to say something nice to you in public. Okay? And it's all true. I just want to say to you, the one thing I appreciate most about you as an educator and as a colleague. And it's something that actually Miss Emhoff alluded to this earlier when she was talking. It's nothing to do with music. What I really enjoy about watching you work with our kids is that you work with all of our kids. These aren't your only kids up here. You go out of your way all the time to engage all of our students, especially the new students, because he wants to lure them into the band. He finds them right away. And, you know, it could be those days where we're in the counselor's office with the kids who hate the cafeteria, and you come in and you get them talking just like your old friends, or it could be in the hallway at the end of the day, and you just start talking to kids. And I know people say, well, yeah, that's Jeff, he's kind of silly and he's goofy, but I've been working with you a long time and it's very genuine. And I just want you to know how much I appreciate it, because our kids, you know, they want to be appreciated, they want to be seen, they want to be heard. And you enjoy them so much. And that's what Jolene was talking about. You enjoy all of these kids, and enjoying teenagers is a very difficult thing to do. And, but you do it all the time. It's very sincere, and I've always appreciated that about you. And I will try to remember to carry on the shenanigans after you're gone. But thank you for always giving that to all of our students. And I'm really gonna miss you, I admit it. Congratulations, Robert.
It's hard to say thank you to someone they call Snogs, but I'm sure it's all in love. For all of you out here, a lot of people here are being kind of unintentionally invited to a retirement party, and we apologize if you have things to do. So I'm going to ask members of the SE alumni, if they want, they can come up and speak, but I ask you to keep it just 30 seconds if you would. Any members of the alumni or here would like to come up and say something to Jeff, please come up.
There we go.
Thank you. Is Ryan Bagnall here?
Yeah, what's up?
He's behind me. Ryan has a little special tribute to you.
Hello, everybody. It's been 5 years since I last saw this beautiful man that you see standing before us. But not only is he a band teacher, just like these kids up here, I'm trying not to cry just talking about it, but this man has helped me push through some of the toughest things in my life, and he's helped me become the musician I am today. And without him, I don't think I'd be doing much. But I'd really like to thank you for everything you've done for me, for these kids, every other class before us. But the song I'm going to play for you is a little bit of a medley, since things a little bit of emotional moment. It's a medley with What a Wonderful World and some of the rainbow. Figured you'd like that. So, play Yellow Rose Band. You want to tell me what I am? Yes. I just got out of work too, so I almost came here in a chef's coat.
Don't comment.
How's everybody doing?
Good.
See some familiar faces out here.
Listen to these words I'm saying in this line, and life will be just fine, and troubles do not stay, they get replaced with good time. Now you got a green light, smile as you walk by, think about the day. High above the chimney tops, that's where you'll find me, oh, somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly, and the dreams that you dream of, why, oh, why can't I? get replaced with good times. Now you got a great life, smile as you walk by, thinking about the day.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Bagno. We have a couple.
Yeah, we're usually late as normal, but he's used to that. For all the years we've had him, he's always saying, I'm going to retire next year, I'm going to retire next year, and so far it just never happened. And we decided to make it a reality this year with a official certificate saying he's retiring.
Colin also has a couple of written confirmations, I understand. Is that true? From past alum.
So this message I got last night is from a very special student who unfortunately could not be here this afternoon. It's Megan Wynell. So get the tissues, buddy, all right? So this is from Megan Wynell. Dear Mr. Mann, I can still clearly remember the very first time that I met you. It was at an instrument zoo when I was in 3rd grade. You were in charge of helping us try to play the trumpet, and you were acting goofy to make us less nervous. Although that tends to be the natural state for you, as I walked in the office where you were, you said in a funny voice, another Wynell, lots of talent in the family. When it was my turn, I blew as hard as I could on that trumpet and made the most pathetic sounding squawk the poor instrument ever heard, had the misfortune of playing. And you said, probably not the trumpet. I always chuckle when I look back on that moment, and after that you became more supportive of anything that I did than anybody else in the world. Some of the best times that I ever had in all of middle and high school were either in the band room or happened as a result of band. And that is 100% because of you. I pushed myself so hard on saxophone because I wanted to make you proud. But even setting music aside, you've always genuinely cared about all your students. Everyone knows that you are one of the greatest people to ever live. And I want to make sure that you know that too. This is why I am so sincerely sorry that I cannot be there for your last concert. You were one of the very few people who came to see a college concert of mine, which makes me feel even more guilty for missing yours. I hope you'll accept my apology, but more so my extreme gratitude for all that you've done for me, which could not possibly be contained in one letter. Thank you, Mr. Mann, for the support and encouragement that you have always given me. Thank you for choosing amazing music for us to play in concert, jazz, and marching band, and quartet. Thank you for the whole ton of random stuff. Thank you for the free time with me talking about college. Thank you infinitely for giving me the most incredible opportunity of marching in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Thank you so much for being there and for being you and for being there. You are like a father to me, and there really are not enough words to say just how incredible you are. Thank you, Mr. Mann. With lots of love, Megan. So now we're going to call up Vicki Klein Darrow. And Vicki is the daughter of George Klein, who George Klein was the band director before my father at Pulaski. And as you can see, it's very special that she's here right now.